Hi guys, and welcome to the start of another weekend vlog. So, sorry this is a little shaky. I don't have my little tripod. It's up in my room, and my work shift is like over. So I've just got to finish putting stuff together, but I wanted to start with an update. So, what am I reading? Well, I have 4 books going, which is my standard. So, I have an ebook going. The ebook that I am currently reading is called, I had to write it down. I had to go to Goodreads and look it up because it's like I just could not remember the author's name. This is my first time reading from this author. The book I am reading is called Analyzing Her Assets. I'll try and find an image and put it in. But this was written by Mia Saban. This takes place around Tel Aviv. There's talk of the Jewish religion. Not much, but it is in there. I would prefer more, but that's the type of thing that I love, more cultural stuff. The main character, Tamar, works as an analyst for this big company. At the end of the certain quarter or the year, she's been able to get like this promotion or bonuses, or there's something going on with that. Well, there's this guy that's new there, and he is up for the same kind of like bonus. And so now they're in a competition. There's someone in the company that's in a supervisory position that's going to be leaving, and both of their names, Tamar and Gideon, is the male main interest. Both of their names have been submitted as far as they would be good to fulfill that supervisory role. It is a romance. It's already gotten pretty spicy. There was one point where I don't remember if she stumbled or something, but was outside of the bathrooms at work. He was right there. He put his hand on her arm. I think she was stumbling. So he caught her, and because he likes the way she looks, he was already having an erection. So, and she knew that. So there's one of the issues. You do have people talking about how fat she is. I don't know. I mean, the cover, she's maybe a little bit more voluptuous and well endowed in the hip area, but it does have a bigger female lead. She's not this skinny, your standard female romance that you see. So you do have more body positive, but at the same time, you have the body negativity as far as people talk, objectifying her, which they do with women of any size, but like her being so well endowed and things like that. So I'm only 25% of the way through. So far, it's good. It's already had some spice. I kind of get the vibes that she might be neurodivergent, only because she is rigid and like, she could have OCD, she could have ADHD. I don't know. It doesn't talk about that. But some of her thinking patterns lead me to think that she is more neurodivergent because she is more rigid in her tasks. She has trouble reading people and things like that. So I'm kind of thinking that might be the case. I hope we get some more answers as far as that goes, but I don't know. So that's pretty much all I can tell you. It's a rivals to lovers. It says it right on the cover on the image on Goodreads that it is a rivals to lovers romance. So if you like workplace rivals to lovers, she has made a pact with this gentleman. Basically, they can be coworkers with benefits. Work stays at work, and then they can have sex outside of that and everything. So that's where I'm at with that. One of the interesting things, Gideon's mom is venturing, she's a writer, and she's venturing into writing erotica. So you have talk of an erotic book within this spicy romance. And the character reads scenes from that. It doesn't get overly erotic or anything, at least from what I've read so far, but it is in there. They do read from that script. So the other one I'm working on is my library book. I have started Dream Fever by Karen Marie Moning. This is book number 4 in the what's the name of the series? I don't remember, but we're following Michaela Lane. And she's basically gone to Ireland. She's found out she's a shade seer. She's trying to find the Shisadu or something like that. So she's in Dublin, Ireland. She can sense this dark, evil book. People want to use her to do that. So people are trying to get a hold of her because they want to get a hold of this book. Evidently, it's really powerful. I can't go too far into this because it is the 4th book in a series, so I don't want to spoil anything for the previous books. But I will say the very end of the 3rd book, it took me some digging and for me to try to refresh my mind. The end of the 3rd book, it gets very spicy, like very like orgy-esque with fae people, to where she's called a pariah or something like that, where it's like people are willing to not eat or drink anything and do whatever the sex fae want them to do so that they can have the best sex ever, and they will die to have that sex. So so I imagine where the end of book 3 got spicy. It's been so long since I've read that. I imagine this will be spicy. So yeah, but she's gonna kick butt because that's been the theme from the first one. She was adopted with her sister, and her sister was murdered in Dublin, Ireland. And that's when Michaela moves to Ireland to try to figure out what's going on, because the police aren't evidently doing a good enough job investigating. And so she is trying to figure out what happened to her sister. And that's when she finds out there are these creatures that are beyond our wildest imagination, and these fays and other evil creatures. And yeah, it can get pretty dark. So that's where we're at, and that's pretty much all I can say. I have only read through chapter 2, so I don't have much to say on that, and especially where I can't say much because I'll just spoil a bunch of stuff. Okay. Next up, I have a nonfiction. I am currently reading The Disappearing Spoon by Sam Keen. This is the periodic table of elements. Let's see, it says... So this is just going to talk about the basic elements. One of the things in the chapter 1, I've read the prologue and chapter 1. Chapter 1, I don't remember the name of the element. I did take chemistry in high school, my senior year of high school. So this is like 2001 to 2002. And it was very overwhelming, but I had transferred to chemistry from physics. Physics, I could not handle. Chemistry was a little bit better, but I would have rather have gotten into biology, but biology was full, so I could not transfer into a biology class. So I was stuck with chemistry. It went over my head, not as much as physics. But this is very much chemistry stuff. And I do find some chemistry stuff, as far as like chemical reactions and things like that, I do find that very fascinating. So I do want to learn more about it. One of the things, there's this particular element in the first chapter it talks about, I can't remember what it is, but they've learned that it's like an aphrodisiac. And it is so, like, people would ingest it, and it was so powerful it would not be absorbed into the person's body, and basically they would end up, this does get a little gross, so for fair warning here, it would be excreted in their feces and people's poop, and people would rummage through the feces to find this pill, and so it can be passed down from generation to generation. They would clean the pill off and keep taking it. So that, I read that part to my mom, and she was like, oh, gross. Yeah, so that's all I have so far. I don't remember the name of it, but it was interesting, and I'm enjoying it. The way I am listening to this on audiobook as well, and the way this book is written, it does not feel nor read like a textbook. So I am very relieved by that. Okay, and that's all I can tell you about that, because that's all I'm in so far. This next one I'm going to be working on reading this weekend is I'm going to try to finish Can You See Me by Libby Scott and Rebecca Westcott. I am almost done. I am on page 258, and so I have about 100 pages left. So I hope to finish this, if not tonight, by tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to be starting next, but I still have like 9 books, and today is the 20th of May. I'm not going to finish my TBR. I'm just not. It's been a busier month than I thought it was. And I didn't get as much reading in Colorado, the week in Colorado, that I thought I was going to get. So I didn't, anyway, I thought I'd be able to read more this month, but that's perfectly fine. So this one, we are following this girl. She is now in 6th grade, and there's this guy that calls her weirdo. People are starting to try to kind of, like this girl has an older sister. They're trying to space themselves, being like, this is so awkward, you're weird. And it's like, she can't help being the way that she is. And some people don't understand it, but that's also teenagers, and the adults are more understanding, but the adults are not in this very much. So yeah, I mean, that's really pretty much, it's just her life going through 6th grade, her experience as an autistic person, going to a sleepover, and how, she's trying to be grown up and try to plan what's going on, and she doesn't like the food. They try to do a makeover. She hates the way the makeup feels on her face. I totally get that. I hate the way makeup will usually feel on my face. I'm okay with like eyeshadow and blush, but it depends on the formula and mascara. Outside of that, no. No, I hate foundations. The thicker it is, I hate how it feels. So she talks about that. You have how things are bright, you have everyone talking, you have all the music, people are trying to deal with brushing her hair and nail polish, and it's like all this stimulation overload. How she's very empathetic towards creatures, especially like worms and dogs and things like that. So you're just following her life as she's trying to adapt into junior high, and things like that. This is the first of a series. The second one I saw is titled Do You Know Me? So I will say, when I'm done with this, I will be ordering the next book in the series. I have enjoyed this, and part of what I like about this book is that there are diary entries from the main character. Tally is her name. She has diary entries, and she talks about what it feels like to be autistic, how she doesn't throw tantrums, but she just kind of has these meltdowns and she can't help it. She talks about pros of having certain things, like what's one of them? Let me see if I can find Tally's autism facts, and there's one about anxiety, and she has a pro of anxiety, cons of having anxiety. And so she talks about how she has these different symptoms that she has to deal with being autistic, and the pros and cons of said issue, like having more sensitive hearing and smells and all of that, having trouble expressing yourself and taking things literally and things like that. So I have thoroughly enjoyed this. I think this will end up being like a 4-star. I'm not the target audience because this is a middle grade, but I think this can be a very important read for people who are in the target audience, the target age range or demographic, to help them understand, some kids that might be in their class that are possibly autistic. So I do think this is a very important read for kids to read, and I would love to see more kids read this. So that's what I'm reading so far. So I will finish that one again, if not tonight, tomorrow. It's just after 9 p.m. on Saturday. My work shift is at an end, so my weekend officially starts. What do I have going on? I have tomorrow, I just have church, and then I'm just going to plan on reading. I might do a puzzle. I don't know. I haven't decided, or if I just want to read all day because I don't have anything planned. And then Monday, I have 3 appointments. I have to get my nails done. I'm going to go get my nails done. I have a neurology appointment and a hearing aid demo appointment with an audiologist. So Monday's going to be busy. Tomorrow I do have to find some recipes that I want to cook. My mom and I decided we're going to be cooking 4 days a week. She will cook 2 days. I will cook 2 days. And then that way we'll have leftovers on for lunches or other dinners. I have to figure out what meals I want to cook. So tomorrow, that's one thing. And then we're going to switch our grocery shopping day to Monday so that I can go and look at, like, for whatever ingredients we'll need for the recipes I make. I have to find stuff that is one specific, that will be the ingredients that I need, but I have to make sure it's not going to be contaminated with egg or have egg in it or be in a facility made with eggs, so there might be traces amounts of eggs. So I've got to go and look for all of that. So I have to come up with at least my plan, definitely 2 recipes. I have to pick my top 2 that I would like to cook, but I told her I will pick 2 recipes as a backup just in case, like, one of the recipes I really wanted to cook, all of the stuff that ingredients I need were made in a facility that handles a bunch of egg or they have egg in it. So I've got to have a backup. So that's the plan for tomorrow. We'll go from there. So this is the start of the vlog, and there's not going to be any updates until tomorrow, which will be Sunday the 21st, if I do any updates. So again, sorry this was shaky, but the tripod is up in my room. So I'm going to finish gathering all my stuff together so I can now go up and get ready for bed and read until I am tired. So I hope you guys are doing well, and we will just go from there. One more thing. This is as far as I got on my cross stitch I am working on. So I've got one leaf filled in with one color. There's still going to be like 3 or 4 other colors on the leaf, and then I have to work on the other ones. But so that's kind of where I'm at. So very slow progress, but still progress. And I don't really feel like cross stitching this weekend. I would much rather read and then maybe do a puzzle. I'm really wanting to do a puzzle. So if I decide I do want to cross stitch, I'll just come down to my office and grab what I need and go from there. So that's the arts and crafts update. Hi guys. Okay, so I got this little thing my phone is sitting in, and when I take my finger away from letting it prop up, it's gonna go down sound like it is now. So it's not, I mean, it keeps my phone. It's better when I have my phone. Right now I have it sideways. It's better if I have it up and down, but this is what it is. Okay, so updates for the day. I started reading. Let me actually get my books. Last night, I started The Elite by Kiera Cass, and I am 104 pages in, so I'm about a third of the way through. And that is book number 2 in the Selection series by Kiera Cass, and it's good to be back in the world and back with America. And the one thing that's bugging me with it is it's like, she's kind of stringing along 2 boys. Who is it that she's going to go with? And then she thinks she's made up her mind, and then something happens. She's like, well, okay, so now I'm not so sure about this one guy, and maybe the other guy is better. It's like, just make your pick and commit. Stringing anyone along, I think, is unfair, not only to yourself, but mostly to the other person. It's toying with their emotions, and I don't think that's right. So, yeah. So that's where I'm at. I filmed last night, and yesterday was the 21st. So today's the 22nd, I think. Anyway, so I have today and tomorrow off. I went ahead and filmed my June catwalk TBR. I did take a punishment. I still have like 8 books from my TBR. I'm not going to finish 8 books in a week and a half before the end of the month. If by some miracle I do, then I'll just scribble out the punishment prompt. But I don't think that's going to be the case. Now, next Monday is Memorial Day. I work in retail, so it's Memorial Day weekend. Business is going to pick up this week, so my reading time is going to go down. Now, I usually work 4 10-hour shifts, but my pay week is Saturday through Friday. So the rest of this week through Friday, I'll work 10-hour shifts, and then starting Saturday for that pay week, I work 5 8-hour shifts. So I'm going to have to work Monday next week. So that's part of why I was like, I better film my catwalk TBR, because that I'm only going to have one day next week to film and edit and upload, and that's going to stress me out. So, and Monday's going to be crazy busy. So, I mean, the only reading time I'm going to have is off of work. And then, which that's not a big deal, but it's just going to be crazy busy. So I'm not looking for, I hate holiday weekends. I hate holiday weekends. I don't mind the busyness and having to review a bunch of credit applications and to like try to increase a credit limit or apply for a credit limit. I don't mind that. It's the constant ringing of the phone. It sets my teeth on edge, but I have to answer the phone because that's part of my job description. So I have to take the calls from the customers and from store associates, which that's fine. I can do that, no problem. But when I'm busy and I'm trying to stay on top of things and the phone is constantly ringing, it messes with my senses. And then it's like when the phone rings, it feels like it hurts my ears and all of that. So not looking forward to that. So I need to do everything I can this week leading up to Memorial Day to be in a good headspace, especially with my autism and the senses and everything. I can't do anything because I have to have the volume up on the phone so that I can hear it. So, and I've messed with other ringtones, and I mean, it's been a while since I've messed with the ringtones. Maybe I'll have to mess with the ringtones again and see if there's one that's not so high pitched. So maybe one that's a little bit lower pitched. Got my nails done today. So today's Monday. Got my nails done. So they are now white tips. If you can see, these two are the only ones that have designs. There we go, a little bit still. So that's what I did. The thumb is just white tip. So got that, very happy with them. The gal that does my nails does such a good job, and she is so sweet, so nice. I don't talk during it because I always have this fear of messing up the tech's concentration and I don't want to mess up her concentration. So yeah, and I'm not one for small talk with people anyway, so there's that. Let's see what else. Oh, I had my appointment with my neurologist. Everything's going good with my migraines. The frequency is less, the severity is less, although when I get them they're still pretty bad, but the duration is a lot less. So the combination of medication that he has me on is good. I take magnesium, propranolol, and then the other thing is I take, when I get migraines, sumatriptan, and that knocks them out pretty quick. So for me, that combination of stuff helps. He actually thinks I am still having seizures. So I'm not happy about that. I have to go back on seizure medication. I don't remember what he's going to put me on, but it's a low dose. And he wants me to have an EEG, and it's been years and years. I don't even remember. It has to have been at least 10 years or more since I've had an EEG. And so he wants to do an EEG. See if they can find anything. Because sometimes what'll happen is I'll wake up at night and I'm convulsing. And it wakes me up and I'm aware I am, but I can't stop my body from convulsing. And it's not like it's, you know, when you have a dream and you've fallen off a cliff or something and then you hit the ground and you jump awake. No, it's literally I'm shaking. And it wakes me up sometimes. And so I could be having seizures at night and not be aware of it because it's not waking me up, and sometimes it does. So I don't know what the deal is. So I'm going to go from there. And that's the update so far. So, my mom has come with me, so we've just kind of been companionable today. And she's just waiting in the car for my appointments. I've dropped her off. She's getting her nails done. Except she is getting her toesies done. So her toenails done. So she's having a pedicure. I'm going to wait for her. While I wait for her, I am going to read. And I'm not going to speed up any clip of me reading because the angle is just not going to be good. So I'm going to go ahead and end this update here, and I'll just check in at some other point. I do have one other appointment today, and we need to go to the grocery store. So I think after this, we'll go to the grocery store and then go home for a little bit, and then I'll head back out for my final appointment, which is the hearing aid demo. So, and then I'm free the rest of the day to read. So I'm going to go ahead and end this update here, and I'm going to read. So I will check in later. It is now, oh heck, 1:07. My mom is now in T-Mobile. The screen protector on her phone is cracked, and she has a warranty, so she's going to get that replaced. My appointment is at 2:20, so I have just over an hour. I need to figure out what to do for lunch. I still have to go to the grocery store, so I'm not sure. And Mom she wants to go home after this, but I'm like, I don't know. It's going to be cutting it a little close depending on how long it takes in T-Mobile, but we'll see when she comes out, and then I'll talk to her about it, and we'll see. Because by the time I get her home, I'm just gonna have to turn around and leave. And so it's like, at this point, why don't we just figure out a place to go and eat for lunch? So that's kind of where I'm at. We'll see how things go. I just hope this visit in T-Mobile doesn't take very long, but it depends on how many people are in there ahead of her. So, and they don't have good chairs to sit in. So I'm just gonna wait in the car. Okay, so I don't know what time it is now. It's like, I haven't even been home. The thing with my mom's phone, they have to order it because they don't have the part. I went to the audiology. What is this lady doing? I went to the audiology place for my hearing aid demo, and they scheduled me for the wrong facility. There's no way I could have made it to that one, so I had to reschedule that. So the hearing aid demo will be on June 5th. So, and then after that, I went to the grocery store to the pharmacy to pick up medication. I had to get some cheese, and I was gonna get some chicken, but the type of chicken that I like, they did not have. They had this honey barbecue, which I can't have because of a honey allergy, and then they have a buffalo ranch or something. No thank you. So my mom was with me, and I'm starting to struggle. I am just done for the day. I am done. And so she went in, bless her heart, to Walmart to see if they had the chicken that I want. They do not. At least the one closest to us. There's another one, but I'm not driving all the way out there. So now we're at a different grocery store to see if they have it. We're at Smith's, and this is just 2 minutes away from that Walmart. So she's running in for me, bless her heart, even more so, to see if they have it. If they don't, I'll just deal with it, and that's it. That's fine. But I am done. I am getting a headache. My back is starting to hurt. So I think this is going to be the last update of the day, because I'm planning on when I get home, I think I'm going to go ahead and change into my pajamas. Yeah, it's early, but I don't care. I'm hurting, and emotionally, I am just done. This has been a lot today, so I'm just going to lay down, and I'm going to read the rest of the night. So that's my update. Not much of one. All the updates are in the car today. So I'll try and update you tomorrow. I don't know what the plan is for tomorrow, and I just don't care right now. So that's it. I hope you guys are doing well, and hope you guys have had a good weekend or week or day or whenever it is that you're watching this. And I will try to do at least one more check-in at some point tomorrow, at least. So talk to you later. I know this isn't a flattering angle, but it's what I've got to work with. So I've been in my pajamas for a while. It is now overcast. I've had some of my chicken for dinner. And, excuse me, the wind, you can kind of see it, the leaves in the background through the window. Anyway, it's kicked up. That's part of why I haven't been feeling good the rest of the night. I feel like I've hit a wall, and I know it's allergies. I'm not sick, but it's like my eyes are red, they're puffy, they're watering, I'm congested, my nose is running, I'm sneezing, I'm coughing. It's all allergy stuff. So emotionally, I'm feeling better. I think I just kind of hit a wall with all the appointments and being in the car constantly from like just before 9:30 until after 3 o'clock. I was just done. So, but so emotionally, I'm doing a lot better. Now, I would be even better if these allergies went away. So I'm going to take some Benadryl. Sometimes that knocks me out and makes me sleepy. And sometimes it doesn't. So my mom and I are planning on going out for lunch tomorrow. We want to kind of have a special kind of like mother-daughter luncheon out. So we're going to go do that. And we've settled on Olive Garden, and I've looked up their allergen menu and have seen what foods I can have and what I can't, as far as what has egg and what does not, and the procedures. I just tell the server that I have an egg allergy, and then they relay that to the chefs, and they change their gloves, they wipe the counters down, and they even change the utensils used to cook the food. So I'm excited, and I looked at their allergen information. Basically, no ravioli, no tortellini, nothing with meatballs. So, and I was thinking I couldn't have like fettuccine alfredo. That is my favorite thing, or their breadsticks. I can have their breadsticks. There's no egg. There is egg in the salad, and so I can't have their salad. I'm good with the soups. There's no egg in their soups. Most of their pasta I can have, unless it's like the ravioli or the tortellini. There's one other one, and it's the gluten-free pasta that I can't have. But I can have any noodles from there. So I can do like a build your own pasta. And their fettuccine alfredo sauce, or their alfredo sauce, does not have egg. So I get to have alfredo sauce. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. But I'm going to take an allergy pill. I've been reading what I can. I'm going to continue to read what I can tonight. It is, I don't know what time it is. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 8:33 p.m.
Oh, it's 8:33. It's later than I thought it was. So if the Benadryl knocks me out, I'm good. I'll be good. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope if it's allergy season for you, that your allergies are not too bad, because allergies suck. Anyway, so that's what's causing part of my issues tonight. So I'm just going to read the rest of the night and hope you guys are doing well. Okay, there's the check-in. Bye. One more thing. I've been watching, there's this channel on YouTube I really, really, really enjoy. And so I've gone back to their oldest videos. And so I'm trying to catch up from oldest to youngest. Now their oldest is like, or oldest to most recent. Their oldest is like 4 years ago. So quite a few to get in. But the channel is called They Will Kill You. It is fascinating. Fascinating. One that I just watched was about CWD, which is more prevalent in like Colorado and Wyoming. I think it was Wyoming. It has been found in other countries and other parts within the United States. It's most common in deer. They have found it in other animals, but mostly from eating something from the contaminated deer, like some of their waste or their corpse or something. But they said it is, the way they described it, and I like reading zombie books from the very few that I've read, but this kind of heightens the fear of zombies a little bit, because the CWD disease is like a zombie thing. And They're like, if this CWD spreads to humans, it could be the start of a zombie apocalypse. And they explained how that would happen. That was fascinating, and that was terrifying in a way. They did find it in, like, they tested 5 primates, so 5 monkeys. 3 of them were tested positive for it because they ate contaminated deer meat, and then they tested positive for it. So I guess humans can get it if we eat contaminated deer meat, which I don't eat deer meat. It's just not something I've ever had, so I'm not too worried about it. But if there's other ways that it'll spread, that's when it'll get scary. So that just kind of heightened the horror aspect for when I read zombie books in the future. So anyway, something to chew on. Now I'm not the only one that's going to have that in the back of their mind, am I? So I'll talk to you guys later. Hi guys, I did not end the vlog yesterday, so today is Wednesday. I was just so tired. And anyway, so let me go ahead and give you an update. I finished The Elite by Kiera Cass. I gave it 4 stars. It was starting to go, I kept second guessing the path I thought the book was going to go. I am happy with how book 2 ended. And I look forward to eventually getting to book number 3 in the selection series. I did start Red Dragon. I forgot the author's name and had to grab the book. Red Dragon by Thomas Harris. I started this last night. I'm on page 55 now, so I'm not very far in. As of right now, there's this police investigation. They're trying to figure out who is killing people, like a serial killer. And they've pulled this guy in who analyzes things. Even though I think he's like either retired or quit his job. one of the two. So anyway, he's back in and trying to help them figure out what's going on and who the killer is. So I've just started this and we're just kind of still figuring who's who out in this. So the only other update I have to tell you is I would appreciate good vibes sent for my cat Ophelia. She is somewhere in the house sleeping, probably under a bed. She has a vet appointment today at 1:40. I have to work, so my mom is being a dear and is going to take her to the vet for me. I'm gonna have to send my mom with my credit card so that she can put the vet appointment on the credit card. And I think Ophelia will need surgery, at least from what I've researched online. And I may have said it before, she was not eating, she was not using her litter box, but she is now. She's using her litter box, she is eating. So that's gotten better and she's more social. For like several days, she was just kind of, I could find her under a bed or under a chair, but she was not coming out for pets. She was very much not herself, sleeping a lot more than usual. She's more back to her normal self. However, I thought when she was walking away from me one time, I thought I saw something. And so I had to grab her. And a little warning, this is going to get a little gross, but it looks like one of her anal glands ruptured, which is right by her anus. So she's got the butthole, and then all animals have little anal glands, one on each side of their anus. They have anal glands, and it looks like one of them ruptured. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I never noticed that anything was wrong because she was always herself and nothing looked strange when I would look at her and interact with her before. So I'm not quite sure when that happened, but so she just needs a regular checkup anyway. But then I sent a text to her vet's office saying, it looks like this is what's happened. So they're going to investigate that. And she's licked it. So now she has a bald spot on her butt next to her butthole. So, yeah, so they're going to be looking at that. I imagine, again, from what I have researched online, which is not much, it seems like surgery is pretty much the only treatment if, in fact, her anal gland did rupture. So, and she's 13, so I'm not quite sure if that is the only option or if she's taken care of it enough on her own that it will heal on its own and she just needs maybe like some antibiotics or something. I don't know. So yeah. Oh, the other update I wanted to tell you about, I put up a weekend vlog it went up on this week on Monday anyway, I have had to delete it. It was around an hour and I got a message that the sound and the video cut out after about 25 minutes. I'm not sure what happened because the sound was there when I edited the video. Before I uploaded it, everything was perfectly fine. The sound was all the way through, so I'm not sure what happened there. And once I have the videos uploaded or scheduled for upload, when I've got them kind of pending, I delete them because I don't have the space to keep all the videos on my computer. So I have to delete them. That's my only option. So that video has been deleted, not only from my computer, but has now been deleted from the YouTube thing. So you can't view that weekend vlog anymore. So hopefully there's not any issues with this one. So sorry about that. If you watched that and the sound cut out, sorry, I don't know what happened. So yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. So this will be the end of the vlog. I start work in less than an hour. So I have got to have some breakfast. And then get to work. So, and I might want to go down to my office a little early so I can start editing another video. I have filmed my catwalk TBR, which you'll see after this video. Spoiler alert, I will say I do plan on completing my June TBR because I did not end up with a massive amount of books. And I don't care if I end up with a massive amount of books, it's definitely less. Hey, what are you fussing for? What are you fussing for? I don't mind having a massive selection of books. It's actually less than what, if I didn't build these TBRs, I would be so overwhelmed I wouldn't know what to choose with all the unread books that I have. So for me, it really takes it down, and I really enjoy having a larger TBR. I don't mind on occasion having a small one. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. I think I will try and film some videos. I don't know where Ophelia is. I'll try to film some clips of Hobart and Max, just so you have a little puppy in here too. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great week, are enjoying some good reads, and I will see you guys in another video. Talk to me in the comment section below, and until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I'll talk to you later.